Just 2 hours to go before the big game, the Blue Jays' last chance to keep the postseason alive. Students are ramping up for the federal election and the youth leaders debate happening here at Humber. Russia releases videos showing its most recent airstrikes against the militant group ISIS. Hi, and welcome to Humber News. I'm Charlotte Moritz-Jacobs, coming to you from our newsroom at Humber College North Campus. It's do or die today in Toronto, and Blue Jays fans are holding their breath. The Jays are down to what could be their final at-bat of the season, Game 5 against the Texas Rangers. After back-to-back wins over the weekend, the Jays have one last chance to keep the postseason alive. Monday's game started off with a bang, and the Jays were able to even up the series with an 8-4 win over Texas. The team is home now at the Rogers Center, hoping to clinch a division series. The Jays have won 38 games and lost just 14 with the dome open. So fans have started an online petition to keep it open today. Despite more than 23,000 signatures so far, officials say the roof will be closed. Our reporter Andy Redding joins us live from the dome. Andy, it looks like a party behind you. What's going on?
Oh, it is a party, Charlotte. We are down here for Game 5 at the Rogers Center right now, and let me tell you, the atmosphere is electric. With the series tied 2-2, it all comes down to tonight. The Blue Jays will throw out their young stud of a pitcher, Marcus Stroman, and the Rangers will counter with their reliable starter, Cole Hamels. We've been down here all morning long, and it is one festive atmosphere. The area surrounding the stadium is starting to look like an actual sea of blue. We've talked to fans that have traveled here from all over the country. We met fans from Regina, from Halifax, even from Red Deer, Alberta. You can just feel this nervous sense of anticipation around with so much riding on one game. We're down here with Kyle. Kyle, first, how excited are you for tonight's game?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most excited, I'm rocking like a 10 right now.
Rocking a 10. Kyle, can this rocking a 10 propel the Jays to victory? Will they win tonight?
You know what? Cole Hamels is a good pitcher. He beat the Jays in Game 1, but I think we got the home field advantage. I like the Jays today by 2.
By 2?
By 2.
Okay, what is the key to victory to win by 2?
The key to victory is just winning the game. Figuring out Hamels easy, not swinging at balls out of the strike zone. Be patient. That's the key to winning the game.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kyle. Enjoy the game.
See you later, Humber.
Kyle's clearly excited. The rest of these people are clearly excited. The stadium's going to be packed tonight. There's going to be millions of people watching at home. If you think this is a party, well, if the Jays win tonight, people are going to be partying like it's 1993 again. Andy Redding, Humber News. Back to you, Charlotte.
Thanks, Andy. We have breaking news this hour. Humber College has reinstated some members of the women's varsity rugby team. Both the men's and women's rugby teams were suspended on October 1st for alleged violations of the Varsity Code of Expectations. A statement by Humber says the investigation of the women's team is now complete after finding events related to hazing. Some players will be suspended for the rest of the season. The team will return to the field this weekend at Sheridan College. Dean of Students Jen McMillan says Humber will have an update on the men's rugby suspension this Friday. Turning to other big news of the day, with the federal election less than a week away, Humber News is gearing up for our first ever student leader debate. Our reporter Christine Tippett has the story.
The youth vote is one of the most important but untapped votes in the nation. Around 2 million eligible young adults are not voting. In the 2011 federal election, Elections Canada reported a participation rate of less than 40% of voters aged 18 to 24 years old. This is drastically below the national average.
I find it very, very disappointing when I talk to a lot of my friends and they're not fully aware of either the major issues that are being discussed or keeping up with the elections.
Students are often politically uninformed and party leaders fail to engage them.
I think maybe more social media presence. I don't really see a lot on social media.
I think maybe more information, maybe posters or even like a social media campaign.
This year, Elections Canada set up advanced polling booths at several universities across Canada. But unfortunately, no colleges in Ontario provided students with the same opportunity. Many students feel they didn't have enough information to make an informed decision.
Because honestly, that whenever the election is next week, I don't even know, so that goes to show you. I still have to even find out who I'm voting for. So definitely if they brought someone to the campus, I think it would definitely maybe sway people's opinion more to vote, and therefore they know who they're going to vote for based on that.
Although students think there's more the political parties should be doing to gain the youth vote, students still say it's important to get out and vote.
There's countries in the world where people literally are dying for the right to vote, so definitely get out there and vote, exercise your right.
But here's your chance to get involved. Tomorrow, Humber is hosting the National Youth Leaders Debate at 2 p.m. in the concourse. Your vote matters in shaping the future of your country. Don't waste it. Christine Tippett, Humber News.
In other election news, Tom Mulcair says if elected, the NDP would move towards the legalization of marijuana. Mulcair sat down with Vice Canada to talk about what the NDP can do to start the process of decriminalization of the drug. He says he can only talk about what he can do, and it's where the future is going.
Record for possession or use of marijuana. That we can do overnight.
Mulcair says the NDP can immediately decriminalize the personal use or possession of marijuana. But as far as legalizing, he says the NDP will take its time to get it done. Turning south of the border to last night's Democratic debate. Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton secured unexpected support last night from chief rival Bernie Sanders for her use of a private email during her term as Secretary of State.
Enough of the emails. Let's talk about the real issues facing America.
That moment of warmth didn't last long, however, as Clinton and Sanders clashed on their views of Wall Street, capitalism, and U.S. policy on Syria. Clinton, who had seen her lead over Sanders narrow during the email controversy, says she wanted to focus her energy on policy issues that are more important to voters. Back at home, a close-knit farming community in Alberta is trying to come to terms with the unthinkable today. 2 young girls have been killed and another is in critical condition after a farm accident near Eckville, Alberta. Police say the 3 girls were playing on a truck loaded with canola when they became buried under the seed. They were pulled from the truck by bystanders who immediately called 911. Emergency crews attempted to revive the girls, but 2, 11 and 13, died at the scene. The 11-year-old's twin sister was airlifted to Children's Hospital in nearby Edmonton. In Toronto, police are looking for a man who attempted to abduct a 9-year-old boy twice. According to police, the man who grabbed the boy yesterday when he was on his way to school, but then the boy broke free. They say he was approached again on his lunch break and ran back inside to tell a teacher. Police described the man as brown with a mustache, Adidas pants, and a black zip-up jacket. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. Overseas, Russia has released new videos showing the latest airstrikes against Syria. The Defense Ministry says it's made 41 missions in the past days and attacked 40 targets of the militant group ISIS. The target hit 3 strategic cities. According to the Defense Ministry, Russia's Air Force destroyed workshops used by terrorists to make explosive devices for suicide bombers. They say the airstrikes attacked a convoy transporting fuel and ammunition in the Aleppo region. A long-awaited report says a Russian-made missile caused the crash of Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 that killed all 298 on board last July. The report was released today by the Dutch Safety Board. An animated reconstruction illustrates a Russian missile being shot from eastern Ukraine and exploding just inches from the cockpit. Some of the nose, cockpit, and business class of the aircraft were rebuilt from fragments rediscovered from the crash scene. Investigators say the pilots died instantly, while the crew and passengers died seconds later due to decompression and lack of oxygen. The safety board did not specify who launched the missile. The Ukrainian government will form a joint team with other countries to investigate further. Tensions are running high between Israeli and Palestinian forces as authorities implement increased security measures in East Jerusalem. Violence escalated as police set up a roadblock early this morning where 3 men were accused of killing 3 Israeli citizens. Palestinian officials and residents are calling the lockdown of neighborhoods a collective punishment. The checkpoints will restrict the freedom of all residents, not just the suspected Palestinian attackers. Meanwhile, mourners marched through the streets of Bethlehem, carrying the body of a 27-year-old Palestinian man. He is among 7 Israelis and over 30 Palestinians who have died over the past 2 weeks during the escalating bloodshed. Several people are believed to be dead after a small plane crashed into a suburban neighborhood in Florida. Aerial images show the damage caused by the plane after it hit a trailer park in Palm Springs, Florida. 2 mobile homes are seen engulfed in flames, and the Red Cross says it is providing emergency assistance to 10 adults. The crash is suspected to have killed the pilot and 1 other person. When we come back, we'll tell you what's happening in the world of sports, and Rebecca will have your 3-day forecast.
You may want to throw on that extra layer. The temperature is going to drop. I'll have your full 3-day forecast right after the break.
But first, hundreds of people are trying to beat a world record for howling at the moon. People dressed as werewolves over the weekend and tried to break the record for most people howling in one direction. The Wolfpack wants to beat the previous record of 296 howlers established in 2013.
Primeval, but it makes me hyperventilate because I'm getting old now. So it's a little bit, makes my head a little bit woozy, but one has to do it because it just builds up within.
With over 400 howlers, officials say they'll be sure to beat the record.